about.
You're gonna say that?
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. We haven't started the podcast yet, but thanks for tuning in.
Oh God. Oh God. We need to keep this conversation separate.
We're gonna talk about Pokemon.
In a minute, yeah.
It can't be sexualized at all, right?
You really haven't looked up Pokemon Rule 34 on Google, have you?
No, I've not, and I will keep not doing that.
That's like a normal thing that you do.
Everybody does that?
Yeah. Right? See, our audience has looked at it. That's how we knew that. No, Shane, later.
No, we're not talking about Diablo. We're talking about Pokemon.
But also, no, we're not talking about StarCraft. Okay,
we need Blizzard here. Sorry, Shane, no Blizzard.
We need to start this.
Actually recording this podcast.
Wow.
Stop Blizzard.
See, I just... Okay.
They announced the name, though that is actually news this week. They announced the name of Blizzard Dota.
Dude, it looks interesting.
It looks okay.
Okay, so, hey everybody! What's going on? Welcome.
Why are our waveforms so huge this week?
Because we are louder than normal. See, if we get quiet, they disappear, but then we're going to talk loud. So,
maybe we've just never had the waveforms up.
No, I think we normally do.
Because they just look huge.
No,
Don't the waveforms look huge?
Dude, can you please stop looking at me and look back at the screen?
What?
So, welcome to FourCredits Podcast for October 21st, 2013. I am Awkward Chris, and we have people in the chat room. Hey,
waveforms were huge, though.
This is Matt talking about my huge waveforms.
He has huge waveforms, guys. They're huge.
Reddit.com/Pokemon.
I don't even want to know how you... One, that you knew that existed. And two, what it contains.
Link ready.
Yeah, you have that ready for us. I mean, that's impressive. I'm wondering what you do on your normal time. Sorry for the audio listeners. We're talking about our chat members. They're having fun in Chatland.
Reddit is filled with everything you wanted to know and didn't want to know.
True.
Secretly still actually wanting to know the entire time.
Things that cannot be unseen.
Things that you will want to not unsee, but you won't want anyone else to know.
I don't want to click that link. I don't know what that link would contain.
Yeah, I usually don't click on Imgurs.
Imgurs? I think it's Imager.
No, I know what it is. I'm just making up my own shit. Because there are no vowels except for the I. So it's Imgur.
Kind of really angry at you.
Stop posting images.
You should know by now, we don't actually click things while we're podcasting, so it's pointless for you to post JPEGs. Sorry.
Or just keep doing it, I mean.
Or just whatever floats your boat.
Or sinks it, you know.
Do you know what floats my boat?
I'm gonna guess and say lumber.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. The lumber liquidators, they're good people.
Lumber liquidators.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy one deck and get the rest of the decks done free or something.
How about let's switch it up? Different segue here. We're going to be talking about Pokemon today. Because
and the lack of a segue in that game.
Yeah. There's no segues in Pokemon.
There's the segue.
There's a bicycle.
And rollerblades.
You're not to the bicycle yet, are you?
Dude, I already... Bicycle's second gym.
No, rollerblades are second gym.
No, rollerblades are first gym.
Good God. Is that fast?
No, second gym is the one that takes forever to get to.
You don't even get running shoes. You have running shoes on when you start.
Dude,
that's how awesome you are.
I'm the boss. I'm going to hop out of bed and run.
You run in the first room.
See, I believe that my character, I really should have named Forrest Gump.
Because he runs.
Because he likes to, wherever he goes, he's a running. Or whatever, I don't know. Something for, exactly, that.
But yeah, you're very mobile in this game. You go straight from one thing to one thing, and you're like blazing past everything.
Before you know it, you've hit 3 things.
Yeah.
And then other stuff.
There's nothing after bicycle, but there doesn't need to be. You're just so fast.
Because then you fly, or you surf.
Yeah, fly and surf. Not
at the same time.
Not impossible. They'll be like Pidgey trying to fly, like pick you up while you're on Lapras, and you're just like, like hovering barely over the water.
No, Lapras would have to be touching the water, because otherwise it wouldn't be surfing.
True. But Pidgey would have to be, whatever.
We have reached
problem. We're going to talk about Pokemon, but before that, what else did you do this week? You had a birthday.
I did have a birthday.
You were 23 years young.
Something like that. I don't know if you
Nah,
call
it
it young, I mean, but yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
you're younger than I am. I'm going to be 24 in March.
There's like a
Same.
6-month difference.
6 months?
By the way, I'm seeing
December,
right now. I'm
January.
seeing some chick that apparently thinks that she is a cougar because she's 3 months older than me.
That's not how that works.
That's what I told her. But she's like, "Yes, it is." Okay.
I don't think she can call herself a cougar yet.
So apparently, because Shane, stop playing Diablo 3. We just saw it pop on to say that you're playing Diablo 3
Lies.
It just showed.
New ad for PlayStation. What new ad for PlayStation?
Oh, you're talking about the new one with what's it called? I do know the new one that you saw because I saw it on TV. It's no longer just that guy going like walking or whatever, and you know that one, right? Where he's walking and talking like all this shit's happening around him. Once again,
We're not going to click on that link.
not gonna click on the link. The retro one.
No, I guess we have not.
I think I have.
Okay.
No, the one I was telling him about was the older one. Yeah, no, I did see that one. That was really good. Microsoft seriously needs to start, like, advertising the Xbox One. I don't see ads for the Xbox One anywhere.
The only place
and
I've seen
PS4 I see
advertising for the
everywhere.
Xbox One has been on ESPN.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing this thing where they've been doing like recaps of football games, supposedly using the new Madden engine, but it looks so bad.
Dude, hey, how awesome.
It doesn't look next gen.
Did you see the overtime game Jets-Patriots, by the way?
I didn't watch it, but
Okay,
I
well,
saw
first of all, it wasn't live until they went to overtime.
Yeah.
It was so good, and Patriots suck my balls. So,
Liz is going to love you.
oh, I know he is.
Oh, hi, Mike.
The kid that
You can't rewrite history.
I'm sorry, but you can beat him 5 times, but not 6.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Don't worry. No, you can stay, Mike. You're good. So, hi to our chat. It's busy today.
Yeah, it's active. Really
We're all
jumping.
going to leave once we start talking about Pokemon.
Probably.
But anyway, what else
But
did you do? What did you do for your birthday? Went to
I
work?
had birthday breakfast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Some delicious French toast because that is the bomb way to wake up in the morning.
Oui.
Really?
Yes.
French toast, I don't think is actually French. It's like French fries. I don't think they're actually French.
Whatever. French toast is pretty good. I like some.
Shane, no playing Diablo. I told you I'll play when I'm off. Okay?
That doesn't count. With,
Good.
we're not talking about that game. We're talking about X and Y, cool games. Hey.
Anyways, back to what I was saying.
Yes. French toast.
French toast. Yes, no.
French toast. What do you have on your French toast? What was on it?
Oh, just, syrup.
Nothing
And
else?
butter.
Not some fruit? You're
Dude.
not a fruit on French toast guy?
Dude, I'm a cinnamon French toast enthusiast, and it's just the purest.
Here you go. Powdered sugar.
Oh, of course.
You gotta have powdered sugar on your
yeah.
French toast.
Yeah,
Powdered
you
sugar,
gotta
some
get
maple
them
syrup. Dude. The way to do it. Alright. Okay. Solid breakfast. Sounds good.
Yeah. Then I went to work.
Fine. Always fun to do.
Then I went up to some friends' apartments, and they made me dinner. And I got a cupcake with candle on it.
People made you dinner.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
I know, right? Of course, then again, this next weekend, I'm making everyone else dinner, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't ask you, were you able to get that off?
I already had Saturday off, it turns out, so it worked out.
How about Saturday, or Sunday, what day, what time?
I don't know. I don't think it's morning.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
There will be quite a bit of alcohol consumed.
If not, I can switch, because one of the new girls just learned how to close, so I can actually switch if I get a closing shift, so that's good.
Okay. It's not per se a party, but those of us that are there will be enjoying fine dining,
Right.
And
Fine
all I
dining.
know is fine dining and breathing.
And breathing,
So,
yes.
Oh, yes, birthday cupcake. It was a fantastic cupcake, and it was actually a cupcake. That is not a euphemism for anything. Because, like I said, it had a candle on it. And still not...
So Jeremy wasn't there? He wasn't there to tell you about his birthday sex.
Oh, God.
Birthday sex.
Comes only comes once a year or something. Yeah, no.
The best day of the year, yeah. Birthday sex. Anyways.
Dark-haired woman and breakfast foods. What?
Nah, he's seeing a blonde. Anyways.
Wait. With pink highlights in it, or
sorry.
whatever you might want to. I
okay,
don't know.
Fine. Anyways. Continue. Or don't continue. Just sip on your Bud Light.
It was the only thing in my fridge, so shut up.
Yes. Notice I haven't asked for one? Because it's Bud Light.
I think I have a Coors Light, actually, if you want it.
That's way better.
Do you want one?
I don't really want one right now because we're on a podcast. But
well, and yes, Shane, she has pink highlights now. Sure. Letting you know.
Why not?
It's pretty cute. Anyways, games. Let's get back to video games. God damn it.
Play any video games? Because I played one video game.
I know you played one specific video game.
And played it to death. So.
I played the dating game. Then after that was done, I decided that I'd play some Cloudberry Kingdom with a good friend of mine.
Sure.
Just because he had never done it before, and every time I play a game with someone and they've never played it, I have to go like, do you want to see the most impossible game in the world?
Of course.
And they go, it can't be harder than blah, blah, blah.
Ignore it.
Anyways, they always find out afterwards that it completely is.
Yeah.
Still to this day, Cloudberry Kingdom is the hardest game ever.
It's not Cookie Clicker. Sorry, Mike. Nothing's like Cookie
Clicker. Which
Clicker.
I haven't played yet, but my friend Tiffany was telling me that I needed to try it. Haven't done that yet. I played some Diablo 3 with Shane. Like I was telling him earlier, we'll be doing that later after the podcast if he will stop playing. Hey, Shane,
I thought we were gonna battle.
Well, we can as well. Don't get in a hissy fit. And are you sure that wasn't you, Shane, that texted me? Because it very well could have been.
Do you want to check? Do you want to check your phone? I will let you go check your phone.
Sorta.
Okay. I know this is important to you.
Okay, you can talk.
Anyways, we'll all skip to what I've been doing, and we can come back to him. I just played Pokemon. That's pretty much it. Don't think I played anything else. I mean, I tried Cookie Clicker for like 30 minutes. Sorry, Mike. Didn't grab me. I already did the candy box thing. Hey. This is too close to that.
Hey.
So I didn't need it. Not on the podcast.
Okay.
Tell me later. Anyways, I'm sure it's adorbs.
I'm just gonna bring my phone up here.
Yeah, just do that. I'm sure it's adorable. But no,
of course it is.
I did not play a lot of Cookie Clicker because I was like, I don't really want to play Cookie Clicker. Okay, sure. It's a sunset. She sent a picture of a sunset. Woo. Anyways.
Because we're planning on...
I'm glad this is live.
Yeah. Hey!
It's Totes Adorbs. You're right, Shade. It's Totes Adorbs. Anyway.
Do not adorbs me!
Adorbs.
At least use the entire word.
No, it's not worth it. Just Totes Adorbs. With a Z. I would do Z. Adorbs. But yeah, that's pretty much all I played. So, let's go back to you then. That's all I did.
Well, right now we're in the leaning podcast, so I just know like it's really slanted this week. I don't know why. It's adorbs you whenever I want to.
He has that right. Adorbs. You can absorb.
No, you cannot adorbs. I will adorbs the shit out of you next time I see you.
That doesn't sound threatening at all.
Shut up!
Okay, keep going. Keep this train rolling.
You know what? Because of Pokemon, I still have not picked up Beyond Two Souls, and it's pissing me off.
Yep.
I still have not played that game, and I need to play it before Batman comes out, because then I'm just going to be playing Batman. All the time.
Speaking of which,
down on...
one of the things that happened post the passing of dear Ryan Davis is that URL for Batman.com must have gotten picked up by somebody because the website's gone.
No!
Mm-hmm. Well, he was the one who owned it. So, I mean, the other guys, I guess, didn't buy the URL and may have run out. So, Batman.com is no longer with us.
That's not cool.
You know.
I hate it when change happens. Well,
hate it when Shane happens?
I know! No, change.
Same thing.
Sorry. I'll turn this off.
No, don't turn it off.
I'm going to turn it on silent.
There you go.
It will vibrate
There you go.
in my hand.
That's gross. Anyways. What else did you play?
That's pretty much
Like Diablo
it.
and Pokemon?
Diablo, Pokemon, talk about Cloudberry Kingdom.
Yep.
Oh, no, I did play some other stuff.
Uh-oh.
I played some terrible game called Intel Discovery.
You played Intel Discovery?
I played Intel Discovery. It is
So dumb. It's Intel ad. It's a big ad for Intel.
Dude. With LMFAO in it.
It's the dumbest
the game
thing.
is a really terrible Kinect game.
It's so bad.
It's real footage, like real life people footage that they then like pretend a GoPro camera, except like you are the person behind it basically. You are the person. Yeah, you are the camera, and you're supposed to like randomly get picked from a group of extras to do a fight scene in some movie. And then after that, you go to a club and you sneak in, and LMFAO puts you on stage and goes, "Yeah, get them pumped up. Yeah, I saw you over there. Yeah, come on." Like teaches you how to pump up the party or something.
Quick question.
Okay.
Why did you play Intel Discover?
Because I need the achievement points. Hold on. Then after that, you get dolled up or whatever, and you walk. Well, and you dolled up, and you walk the runway. Not the red carpet. Sorry, for the premiere of your movie, and you have to like take photo ops with people and do certain poses. And that's pretty much the entire game.
There's no reason to play Intel Discovery.
It is terrible, but easy achievement points, I must say. I played through it once and it took about 10 minutes. I got 200 points out of the 400 available. I will only play that game when no one else is around. It is that embarrassing. Then I went on to play Red Bull ice skating.
Wait, Red Bull ice skating?
Correct. It is sponsored by Red Bull, so it's Red Bull's like ice skating game. I don't know if you remember that came out about like.
So did you just play a bunch of free games for achievements?
No, I believe I paid for that game a while back and just never played it. I think I paid like $1 for it. Just so you know, that game gives you one hell of a workout. Dude,
ice skating.
I couldn't play more than 2 levels, and I was just like drained. And that's in the better shape that I'm in now. Like, I've been working out like crazy. I've actually dropped down. I weighed myself this morning. I was 205, which is really good for me. Coming up from like 3 weeks ago, I was 225. So,
that's improvement. There you go.
Like the Dragon Ball Z. Oh god, I have never played the Kinect Dragon Ball Z game, and I never will. I take that back. I probably will at some point. After all, I did play Intel Discovered.
Good point, yes. You seem pretty desperate right now. Go on.
The funny thing is, I'm not in a desperate place in my life. So,
I mean, video game-wise. For achievement points, you're desperate. You're desperate for achievement. You should rent NBA 2K7, or did you already do that?
I already own it. And 2K6.
Speaking of NBA, did you see the trailer for the new NBA 2K14?
I did not.
For next gen?
Are you talking about? Well, I haven't seen the trailer. Oh wait, the one on the PS4 engine. Or the PS4, right? Yeah, dude, that thing looks crazy.
That was my first.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is like facial hair, just like what the hell?
That was my first thinking like, oh my god, next gen moment was seeing that trailer.
It
finally happened.
I can't believe I just dropped Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Stupid name. Not as bad as Meta World Peace though.
Meta World Peace, yeah. Meta World Peace.
I remember, everyone was like, I'm not calling World Peace ever since he like threw that punch or whatever.
Yeah. Mike, do you mean LeBron? Or is this a new basketball player called Levin?
Levin James.
Like, does he live in Lebanon? Lebanon James?
You know it.
So, yeah, I just thought that trailer looked pretty cool.
Sorry!
Thanks.
Sorry!
Podcast. Hi! What, there were really cronouts on Two Broke Girls? No, they can't do that.
Dude, you realize cronouts are becoming like...
No, cronouts are awesome. They can't be a thing.
You do realize apparently there's up in LA, some people wait like 2 hours in the morning to get their cronuts?
Are you kidding me?
No.
I get them free.
I haven't even had one yet, and I don't need one. Because
they're pretty good.
I like croissants and I like donuts. I can just shove both of them in my mouth at one time.
Yeah, actually, that probably
just like
achieved the desired result. Or
cut a croissant in half.
Put a donut
in the middle and have a cronut sandwich.
Yeah, there we go. So that.
Cronamwich.
That's
a terrible name. I'm going with cronut sandwich.
Crowwich.
Crowwich? That just sounds
like... Dumb.
Oh God. Shane, remember things that are sandy? Haha, I just put an image in your head. You're welcome. Not really. Anyways, inside joke for people that understand it and that should not remember it, but they do. So, we're going to move on to other stuff.
Thank you for that.
Segue. Beep beep. Over to the news. Maybe. Or any sort of news segment.
I don't have this week's news. I remembered that much. There's the Blizzard thing. There's
the new Blizzard game that's coming out that is like the trifecta.
We have a name for stinking
Dota 2 Blizzard, yes.
Yeah, Blizzard Dota. That's Dota 2. Dota 2 is the Valve game.
Blizzota.
Blizzard Dota was what it was called before. Now it has a name, but I forget what it is. Shane probably knows.
Shane probably remembers what it is.
It's a MOBA. It's a MOBA.
A MOBA.
No, it's not a MOBA, it's a MOBA. What else happened this week? Why can't I think?
Dota All-Stars.
That's pretty much it, because I can't remember. Pokemon sold 4 million copies in the first 2 days.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Pretty good.
I sort of expected it to be bigger for a worldwide release.
Yeah, but it's still pretty big.
Yeah.
It's not GTA numbers, but nothing's GTA numbers except GTA.
Well, it really should have been, because this is, for all ages, really. Well, then again, parents buy GTA for the kids when they shouldn't.
So it doesn't matter. That said, though, there's probably a lot more households have Xbox 360s and PS3s than have 3DSs, so that might be part of it.
Yeah, more console-based and not handheld.
Now, and the 3DS had a slower rise than the DS did. So, it's a harder sell.
But that's okay, because now there's a 2DS.
Like, I had to buy a 3DS to get this game.
And any regrets?
No, not at all, actually. It's a solid purchase so far. And I haven't even played more than one game on it, so that's pretty good.
Call of Duty was GTA's numbers. Okay,
well
that's because every bro has their own copy of Call of Duty.
Or will have their own copy of Call of Duty when it comes out. I think I'm going to wait on Ghosts, though, for next year.
I'm not picking up Battlefield. Yeah. I'm not picking up Batman. I'm not picking up Ass Creed. I'm not picking up Ghosts. I'm ready.
Batman and Assassin's Creed aren't getting early? No, Assassin's Creed is. Batman's not.
Oh, correct. I'm just saying, the games that are coming out in the next couple weeks that I'm not picking up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick them up because, can't really afford all of these games. So, instead...
No, this money sink on the floor that you're looking at.
Look at this money.
It's like a black hole. It's just my wallet. It just falls out and just goes into this black hole.
And
I'm like, I guess I'm broke now. Huh.
Yeah, but no, I will just be game flying them. But I do plan on making a new trailer out of one of the next upcoming games, either Batman or Battlefield 4, because I have this urge to make another trailer, except this time I want to make it cinematic and more of like a movie trailer. So,
whatever you want to do.
It'll be interesting.
However you want to use your time. That's an investment.
There you go, talking about that thing I don't have anymore. Especially less now.
I'm just saying.
God damn it.
Anyways.
I will find time.
Make time. Okay. That's pretty much all I got. I don't think I have any more.
That's not a word. Not you.
Any more?
Not you. Not you.
I don't think I have any more news. I mean, I have last week's news, but it's last week's news. Literally yesterday's news.
You can't make time. Watch me.
I can make
2
it right
parts
now.
hands, 1 part clock, and
Time.
all of this.
Yeah, me.
Yeah,
I'm an ingredient in time.
but Adams died.
That's not video game news. I'm sorry, but this is a video game podcast.
Yeah, well, sort of. It used to be at one point.
Not video. A face. What? Need a face to create time? I get it.
You just realized that? Okay, anyways,
I watched the stinking
Madden is video.
Toy Story Halloween special.
I missed it! How was it cute?
It was alright.
Uh,
They seemed to have the B team of the writers this time. Wasn't super great. But the best part is that they had a old, like a clock that had like an old person mustache on it. They called him Old Timer.
I get it. No. Owner mode in Madden. You can
Okay,
ruin
close
that
enough.
like you
But
did.
still not super video gamey. So
Hey, by the way, football related. I didn't pay attention. Did the Giants lose their 7th game in a row?
I don't remember.
Please tell me they lost to the Vikings.
Actually, no. I think they play.
They played Vikings tonight.
No.
Yes.
No. Blitz says no.
They won? They beat the Vikings? Crap. I was really hoping for them to go on a just complete loss after winning Super Bowl. Just,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, but what the hell happened?
23-7 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth.
Oh, they're still, oh wait. 23-7 though. They're pretty much, what? What is the HD?
HD.
I understand the cube, no QB, but what?
HD. High definition.
High
Vikings.
definition, no QB. What? Then high definition, you saw
High
the
definition
QB
Vikings.
die.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it had no QBs. Did they all get sacked and injured?
No, that's impossible.
It is possible. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think he means their main quarterback.
Oh. But then again, you could say the same thing about the Jets, and they're actually 4-3
I don't know.
right now.
I think Geno Smith is making a better case
I
for
know!
than Mark
Dude,
Sanchez.
he
ever
can
did.
run the ball. He's doing many more like small
Yeah, when he doesn't
passes.
throw, interceptions, he's actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Geno Smith's all right.
Geno better
Yeah,
than yeah.
even Blitz admits
Uh-huh.
He's doing all right this season. He's pulling some surprising victories. So good for Geno Smith. Anyways, this is not a football podcast.
No.
Contrary to.
Popular belief.
Popular belief.
We are here on Twitch to talk about video games.
Do you want to talk about Pokemon now?
We can quickly go over the new releases since we don't really have much news.
That's the thing we should do.
We can quickly jump over to the fact that you've got Lego Marvel Superheroes coming out tomorrow on every console known to man.
I'm actually interested in this.
It actually did look decent, but I haven't found myself able to play through an entire Lego game before.
No. I probably won't play through the whole thing. But I plan on gameplaying it.
Then you've also got yet another Deus Ex.
It's the director's cut of Human Revolution. So if you didn't play Human Revolution,
This is so annoying.
not.
They are putting out like so many. Those games aren't really making much money.
but I think it's smart though, because if somebody waited, that way they don't have to buy all the DLC, and so that way they get just the normal game with all the DLC on it. I think it's smart. It's nothing that I'm ever going to participate in, because for the fact that we do this podcast, we have to stay up to date. So there's not really a reason for us to go back to stuff.
You know what's funny? I still have a copy of Deus Ex from Christmas of last year that I still haven't even
I've
touched.
never played.
I have a copy of Dead Rising 2 that's unopened, and then I got Dead Rising 2 for free for Xbox Games or whatever, the free with gold. So I have an unopened copy that I will never open.
God.
So you can probably have if you ever want to play
I
a zombie
don't want
game.
Dead Rising 2.
Maybe we'll just give that away in a
You should
podcast or
probably
something.
do that or
Do
sell
like
it.
a prize. I don't think it's worth anything. That's just
No.
like a prize giveaway of a brand new copy of Dead Rising 2. There's a new Ninja Turtle game, but it's not like the one that came out with the summer hits. This one is actually based on the TV series that's currently on Nickelodeon.
My friend from college, who was a film major with me in Fullerton, she actually works on that show at Nickelodeon. She was an intern there, and she got hired She works for she's a casting assistant, I want to say.
Stop doing that with your phone!
Sorry,
I keep seeing the screen go on and off and on and off.
Sorry. But yeah, she's a casting attendant for assistant for that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, this show's okay, actually.
I have not watched it.
It hits my funny bone.
I've never...
I am a Ninja Turtle fan.
Ninja Turtles.
I'm a Ninja Turtle fan.
Not really.
You know that, though.
Yeah, I've not really been. That's never been on my radar.
Anyways, we also got Rocksmith 2014 edition coming out, and that's going to be, of course, for Xbox 360 and PS3 and PC. And we're a little on the, we're a little on the edge there because I want to play this game because, well, both of us actually want to learn how to play the guitar.
How much it is with the
With a guitar?
With the guitar.
Probably, my guess is 150.
150?
I'm thinking 150 because my guess is it'll come with a decent guitar.
That sucks.
That being said...
If I was going to spend that much money, I might as well just do 50 more and buy a Vita.
How is that even a comparison?
I don't know.
Okay, anyways, that actually looks pretty good, but I mean, it's a game that teaches you how to play the guitar. If you really want to learn how to do it, check it out. I want to, but I can't afford it. Then we got the game of the week coming out, Batman Arkham Origins, which is coming out on October 25th, and that's coming out on, every console known to man.
Yeah.
That game looks amazing and beautiful, and I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Hands on Batman.
Shut
up! Hands all over that Batman.
And that's pretty much...
And it's Blackgate for the 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
That's important as well.
Is?
I explained to you why earlier. And a Phoenix Wright game.
No, that's on the eShop. That's on the eShop. You don't need to worry about that.
That already came out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about next
So that's pretty much it. Next week, though, we also have a huge lineup because we got Assassin's Creed 4 and Battlefield 4. Both
Sonic Lost World, which is kind of getting banned.
Actually, Sonic Lost World, apparently the version you want is the 3DS version.
Yeah.
It is apparently the best polished, looking game on the Wii U, but terrible play.
I just think it's hilarious because stinking Sonic Cycle bit everybody in the butt again. Everybody was like, this looks good. This will be the one, guys.
And then
this is going to be the good Sonic game. It's finally happening. Yeah.
We'll see. And
Sonic Cycle.
And then, of course, because they decided to throw Angry Birds Star Wars Edition onto every console, because they could.
Because why not?
And why not? Let's also throw some WWE 2K14, because that got picked up from THQ.
Yeah, that got picked up.
By...
I don't know.
Who was it? No, it wasn't Activision, was it?
No, it was someone else.
No.
I don't remember what publisher has it, but it doesn't matter. We Fit You trial is out next week, so if you want to get that.
This is something I'm actually interested in. We Fit You,
they're doing the weird pricing stuff for it, but it's going to be...
That all you have to purchase is the heart monitor thing.
Yeah, that's like the $20 thing extra.
Which I will do.
But it's free for you.
I will purchase the heart monitor. Why not? I've been working out a lot lately. Anyways, shut up. Something I'm actually interested in isn't a brand new game, but Castlevania Lord of Shadows Mirrors of Fate HD is coming to Xbox Live Arcade and PSN. Yeah. That being said, I played this.
Did you play it on 3DS?
I did play it on the 3DS. Was that the one that sucked? I thought that was
the one that sucked.
No!
Yes, that's the one that sucked.
No!
That's the one you bought. We're so excited for because you were like, oh, it's Castlevania, but it's kind of like Metroid-y. And you played it and you're like, this kind of is bad.
I thought Mirrors of Fate was the earlier one on the DS.
No.
Because there were two.
That wasn't Lords of Shadow brand.
They were Mirror. Oh, that's
Lords of Shadow one was the 3DS one you bought.
You're right.
Sucked.
You're right. That was the crap.
You played that game.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not excited about that game. It's terrible. I mean,
it's not very good.
It's okay, but there's
no. Been there, done that.
Yeah. So we've got a busy week for you guys next week as well.
I know. I'll be playing a lot of Crazy Market. Crazy Market is my game. Anyways. But it's adorbs.
Oh, dude. Remember, I told you about the fire, right?
Yes. Oh, bad pun. You guys are perfect for each other.
I know!
Anyways. So pocket monsters. You want to talk about some pocket monsters? They're monsters that you put in your pocket.
Come on, that's... Okay, you know what? Just because of Shane, that's totes adorbs.
So, Pokemon. So, Pokemon came out last weekend.
Yes, it did.
You picked it up on launch day.
I did. And then because it was so good, I basically forced you into purchasing a 3DS.
You talked me into it. I was already on the edge.
You were like, I want to, but...
Mike can attest to this. I was on the edge, and I thought I wanted it.
That's what we're doing right now, Mike!
So it was like, let's see how it is. Because my reservations, I had a lot of reservations going into this, because the last time I bought last 2 times I bought a Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon game. Well, I bought Diamond version back in whenever that came out. Played it till almost the end, and I don't remember if I got to like even the 8th badge. It just dropped off completely for me.
Yeah, no, I got to a point in that game where I sort of got bored with it, and so I put it down.
Yeah. And
then I came back and didn't know where the hell I was or what to do.
I think I did the same thing. Got back to it at some point. I was just like, I can't play this game. I have no idea where I am.
Yeah.
Then I did Soul Silver. I enjoyed Soul Silver a lot. That was the last one I pretty much really got into. Finished that game to death. Then got Black version. Or White version.
I got Black version, and I played that for a matter of 20 minutes, I think.
I played it up until a portion where you're in the mountains. And I'll get into kind of why the new one works better, but in a little bit. But one of the problems with the old Pokemon games like that one, and even up to the Black and White version, was that if you're in a situation where you can't get past the thing, you have to grind. Mm-hmm. Those games used to force you to grind.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just the worst and least appealing thing in the world. You just started hating playing the game.
Black makes you do that as soon as you beat the Elite Four.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I actually talked about on the podcast a couple months ago, was when I jumped back into Pokemon Black because Pokemon X and Y were coming out. I jumped back in and I started playing through it. I played through the entire, beginning of the game and beat the Elite Four. After that, all the Pokemon, all the trainers right after jumped like 10 levels on top of me, and I was like struggling.
It's so Pokemon Joe. You used struggle.
He used bind on me, and there I was just feeling constricted.
Anyways, so that's scary.
Yeah, nerd alert. I could not
frustrated you so much that you had a scary face.
Dude, and I just couldn't escape.
Mm-hmm. It was super effective. Anyways, so naturally, I had reservations for buying another Pokemon game because I was like, well, everybody on the internet is saying this is such a big improvement. You were talking to me about how it's such a big improvement. And I was like, well, they're going to have to seriously change some stuff about how this game works for me to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what they did?
We'll talk about all the changes that they go through. They made so many, what I guess you would call groundbreaking in the Pokemon universe.
Which some are almost like slaughtering sacred cows, though.
Just like...
At some point, sacred Miltanks, I guess.
Yes, Pokemon reference.
Because it gets to the point where there's almost like stuff that I thought that would never be like this suddenly changes. For example, when you catch a Pokemon...
This is exactly what I was going to talk about!
When you catch a Pokemon, you get experience.
That's right. Before it was either you catch it and you don't get experience, or you kill it and you get it. So you had to sort of choose between it.
No longer.
You can catch everything.
Experience.
You can catch everything in the game if you wanted. Well, besides trainers.
You get experience for catching Pokemon.
By the way, in previous games, did you ever accidentally throw a Pokeball at a trainer's Pokemon?
Yeah.
Because I totally did. I haven't done that yet in this game.
It just says it doesn't work.
Yeah. I wonder what happens in this game. I think it'd be really funny to see the trainer pop up and swat the ball away.
I know, right? That's what I said. It changes the game.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not, though.
But seriously, though. Second major thing that's kind of, I thought at first wasn't going to be a big deal, ended up being a big deal. Experience share, which is a thing that has existed before, used to be a hold item, right? You had to make one of your Pokemon hold experience share. And the experience shared within your team was just so little that it didn't matter, and you ended up not using it. This time, experience share is a key item, and it
transfers it
half
to all of them.
what it ends up actually doing is it makes it way easier to maintain an even team. And I had it on for the bulk of the game. I recently turned it off because I was having one Pokemon kind of like carry the flag, and I was like, okay, I need to level these guys off. Right now, though, I have a straight team of all level 57s because I was able to use that experience share the whole time. It just makes everything so much easier. It makes you pretty much gives you the ability to use any Pokemon you want. And most importantly, it removes grinding. You don't have to grind anymore unless you get an old one.
To grind.
I haven't had to grind. Like the first time I've ever grinded has been right now. Where I'm right now. I haven't tried the online stuff yet. I want to. I want to trade because I want a Bayleaf really bad. But I mean, what else is there? I mean, the new fairy type is pretty cool. I like that it gives a lot of Pokemon some extra weaknesses that didn't have them before. I like how it like expands.
Are you gonna play online competitively? Hell no!
I don't know. I might.
What?
I might. It might be cool. But yeah, and but the only thing that the fairy type kind of messes up is it changes the type grid. So I've actually had to have the type grid out, which is the first time I've had a type grid out since like Gold Silver.
Dude, are you kidding me? Even Black and White, I took out a type grid because I forgot. Like
every time
they keep like adding stuff, and I'm going like, crap, what the hell is that?
Some of them are easy to remember, like fire, water, electric, flying.
Actually, electric is one that I still don't fully know all of the ones too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what is good against electric besides rock.
Right. It's
steel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good question. Rock and ground are super effective.
Yeah. It's all about them EVs. Are you talking about EEV, or the
IVs? That's like the training stuff. That's what you were talking about, the special training.
That shit gets way too complex. I've got a buddy that's
the thing, though, is it used to be crazy. You know what they did in this game? You can do it that way, or you can do. That's what the special training you were talking about with the balloons. That's what that does. It's a fast track to the EV training if you just want to do that.
I know what it is, but at the same time, it still makes the game way more complex than it needs to be. I like it original, red, blue, yellow. Just you level up your Pokemon. That's the level they are. Was there EV training back then?
Yeah, would it break your brain if I told you that you could even EV train in red and blue? It's been in the game since the beginning. It's just it's not something that's to the surface because obviously kids wouldn't do it.
You know what? I liked it just believing it was simple and you got your stats and you raised them and you could do special ones with protein boosts or stuff like that.
Fine. That's the way I play it too. I don't play it with EV stuff because that's just too intense for me. Pokemon is at the right difficulty level for what I like to play. Especially this one. This one's curve actually is the perfect curve. It's really easy at first, but then right now it's finally getting kind of hard. Shut up.
So you were talking about the perfect curve and about how it's finally getting hard.
It is. Anyways. God, gross. So gross. So yeah.
It was pretty secretive. If you had to beat the same Pokemon 2 billion times.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, what else is new? I mean, like we were talking about before the podcast really started, we were talking about how like the mobility are super fast. You get like super stuff, you know, like super fast, way faster than you got in previous games. You know what's the most creative thing about that? When you ride the rollerblades, if you notice, when you go into grass, it actually acts as if you are walking on your rollerblades through them, so you're like tapping on the tip of them or something. Yeah.
It actually changes the step, and it's completely different than if you were to normally walk through it or run through the grass. It does a whole nother thing. I think that's so unique.
It is. And it cuts out a lot of the, speaking of annoying things it cuts out, I noticed a couple things. You don't have to learn, I mentioned this earlier, you don't have to learn cut. It's not required for you to cut down the trees. There are trees to cut down, but there's no puzzles that require it. Number 2, there's no caves that require you to use Flash. Flash is in the game, but it's not required.
That's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
Is because Flash is a useless move that you have to teach to your electric Pokemon, taking up one of your slots.
Yeah. In fact, one thing that I appreciate about this game is I hate caves in Pokemon games. Because there's only so many times I can see a Zubat and not go crazy.
What about my HM slaves? Guess what? Not necessary. You don't need an HM slave. You can just train your normal Pokemon and have fun. You don't have to deal with that shit of trading in and out your Pokemon that you like when one gets to a higher level and now you want to train the lower
The only
one.
HMs the game makes you have, there is one part of the game that you need strength,
Yes.
but they pretty much just give it to you.
That being
before,
said, strength is also
a good move.
Yeah.
I had my
Surf,
had one, and
yes, multiple.
Surf is the other one that's required. But I believe those and Waterfall, which is the one I just now got.
Don't go chasing them.
No, TLC taught me that.
Yeah.
But I think those and Waterfall are the only ones you're required to have. And of course, Fly.
Wow.
Fly is awesome.
I just made a T.C. Eliot joke.
TLC.
TLC, sorry.
T.C. Eliot?
Wrong
An author?
Sorry, wrong.
Like T.S.
I better, shut up.
No, you have not had enough beers to make that excuse. I know how much you can handle.
I had more of that before you came over.
I know. Still, that's not enough for an excuse for you.
You know what? I'm blaming it on Kesha. And if you understand that reference, you can take it and just keep it in your head.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyways.
Whirlpool.
No, I haven't seen, I don't even know if there's Whirlpool in this one.
I don't think they're, well, I should
Whirlpool's a good move, though.
Yeah.
For water types. So yeah,
Make good jacuzzis.
it's pretty good. They make good washing machines, too.
Yeah. Dishwashers, probably?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Whirlpool makes all sorts of stuff.
You know it.
But yeah, it's pretty awesome so far. I've played a lot of it. I've gotten 7 badges on my way to 8. Like I said, my team is 57. Level 57s all around. I'm training a Lapras and a Pikachu and Lucario and a bunch of cool dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the customizing your trainer stuff. I've gotten really into that.
You've been spending way too much time.
Spend a lot of money on clothes.
Oh god.
I keep buying clothes for my girl trainer, and I keep changing her hair color and getting her haircuts. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I bought a plaid miniskirt that cost $80,000.
Get out.
In-game dollars. Pokemoney.
Still! Okay, I
The most
couldn't believe...
expensive thing in that place was $300,000. So I didn't spend that much money. It was like a trench coat kind of thing.
Okay, I also can't believe that, like, people that tell you random stories expect you to give them $1,000.
Oh my god, the tipping. The tipping is so funny. I always tip 100. I never tip more or less than that.
Sometimes I was just like, screw it, I didn't like what you told me, you don't get a tip. They don't give you anything, I expect to, like, eventually. No. Or the cafe. Oh my god, I paid like $3,000 to sit at a booth.
Yeah.
And then, like...
You don't do it.
Nothing. Like, it's the dumbest thing to spend money on.
Don't do the cafe.
Oh god,
the cafes are dumb.
Hell no.
The cafes are dumb.
Tip the stripper. There are no strippers. There is no GTA Pokemon crossover yet. Just saying.
There are strippers, but there are a lot of, like, not wearing too much female trainers, though.
You do realize they've always been.
I know, they're always, like, thinking, like, whenever you surf, there's always bikinis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a bikini girl.
Yeah, the name is always Bikini Girl for some reason.
Bikini Girl, blah, blah, blah. And there's a youngster Joey in the first forest, because there's always a youngster Joey in the first forest. I made a joke on Twitter. Yep. I don't know if anybody saw this, but...
Nope, because Twitter.
No one follows me on Twitter. But, well, I made a joke on Twitter after this happened. I made a Bioshock Infinite joke. And I said, there's always a trainer, there's always a forest, and there's always a youngster Joey.
You know, if I was on Twitter, I would have seen that and laughed and commented. You should have put it on Facebook.
No.
He wants to be forever young.
Yes, he does.
He wants to live forever.
There's not only a youngster Joey, but there's also another youngster that tells you how much he likes his shorts. Which is a tradition that goes all the way back to
okay, so I was going to comment on that. The guy who's like,
always talks about
in the bushes and I like shorts.
They're comfortable and easy to wear. He always says the same thing every game. Anyways, so yeah, there's a lot of that.
Nintendo.
The new team, Team Flare, is actually kind of interesting. I don't know what's up with Game Freak, but in the last couple teams, like the black and white one and this one, they're trying to make them where it's like, at first at least, it's ambiguous about how evil they are, which is a neat trick. They're not just like, oh, Team Rocket, they steal Pokemon. They get more complicated as it goes on. Except this one, something happens in the story of this game that I just passed today.
Okay, so you're way ahead of me.
I know I'm not going to spoil it. It's totally ridiculous. Where it goes from, okay, I can kind of see where this guy's coming from, to, what the heck, what are you doing? This is the stupidest thing you could possibly do.
Okay. Speaking of stupidest thing they could possibly do, I was really annoyed that almost the only 3D portion of this game are the battles.
We should probably mention that.
We should talk about that because the battles are in 3D.
Battles.
That being said, almost the entire rest of the game is in 2D. There are some rare cases that it will be 3D active, like when you find the first fossil and you fight the fire guys, that entire little cave area is 3D.
First cave is 3D. There's a power plant later in the game that is 3D.
But I turn off my 3D and turn it on whenever I think something might be 3D.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it eats up my battery.
Well, the nice thing about I don't know, does the XL do this? Tell me if it does. But the original 3DS has a thing where a 3D light comes on whenever the 3D isn't active.
Nope.
Well, the original 3DS, you don't have to worry about that because it tells you. Whenever something is 3D on the original 3DS, the 3D light comes on. So that way, whenever I see that, turn the 3D on.
Lucky bastard. Why the hell is that not in the XL?
They should have kept it. I don't know. That's why I asked, because I figured that would be on the XL as well.
Yeah, no. Randomly, I'll be like, hey, this looks like it might be 3D, so I'll flip on the Switch, and sure enough...
It sucks then, because you probably missed some stuff.
Probably, but I flip it on up and down, so I might have...
I mean, it's not important, especially because, we were talking about this before the podcast.
No, but in a game that's, they were talking about, Pokemon in 3D.
Yeah, sometimes
they really should have just had the entire world be 3D.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't.
Some of the moves, though, are totally cool.
Oh, they're awesome. They're really cool.
Pikachu's Electro Ball is one of them.
Yeah, where he jumps up in the air and knocks it in.
Flame Charge is another one.
I haven't done that one yet.
Flame Charge is awesome.
One I always liked in the other games, but I haven't seen yet, is Flame Wheel.
No, I haven't seen Flame Wheel yet. You're right. Some of them are really cool, some of them are kind of dumb. But it is cool to see the Pokemon in 3D doing their moves. It's also neat to see the team doing some of the stuff that they used to do in the Pokemon Stadium games and stuff. When the Pokemon faints and does a fainting animation, they can actually do those now. Because in 2D you can't do that. They used to just fall.
Yeah, just now. Oh, it's the saddest thing when Pikachu dies or faints. He goes, falls. By the way, also annoying rant. Why is Pikachu the only Pokemon that says its name? It's the only one that says Pikachu. All the other ones are...
I really think it's because in 2013, most people associate Pikachu with that voice and not his digitized voice. He's the mascot of the series. Straight up, face it, he's the mascot, he's the face of that
Straight up, they should have changed them all to voices.
No.
Think about how crazy cool that would be.
I don't agree. Ugh. Because the percentage of people who actually watch the television show right now is so little that doesn't mean anything to anybody. Pikachu means something to people because everybody knows Pikachu. No one knows any other Pokemon except for us.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe Jigglypuff. Maybe I don't even know. Besides Jigglypuff and Pikachu,
Mew.
Maybe Mew. That's outlier.
Or will Mewtwo just talk to you?
Oh, I hope.
Because technically...
It just says, it doesn't... it had a sound.
Okay, no, yeah, but technically, in the show, whatever, it would psychically, it would actually just...
Pokemon, the first movie.
Yeah, or Entei talks to you using...
Telepathy?
Telepathy.
Telepathic? I don't know. But yeah, it is kind of weird that Pikachu's the only one who talks, but it makes sense when you think about it. Still... It's weird that the rest of that game doesn't... It's actually something that I didn't think about until I was listening to a podcast where they talked about this. It's interesting that the music in the game is such an improvement over every Pokemon game before it. It actually sounds good. Because one of the weird things about Pokemon games, or at least something that personally has bugged me, since Ruby and Sapphire, the Pokemon games have the worst digitized horn sections. Seriously, the worst horn sounds. The entirety of Ruby and Sapphire sounded like butt. I swear. It's it was just that sound over and over again. And no, I know it's because the previous hardware couldn't handle it. But now, finally on a hardware that can, It's amazing how much better, and it makes the previous music make more sense now. It's like, oh, that's what they wanted it to sound like.
Yeah.
That said, though, a lot of the sound effects just carry straight over from the previous game.
They do.
So it's funny listening to an old Pokemon's call, like Bulbasaur's call, and hearing that compared to all the new sounding music. It's just like, man,
And
this doesn't
yes,
sound
it's
good.
because an 8-bit/16-bit sounds went to 32. That's
Or
why
whatever it is now.
it has much
Probably
more
even better than that
capability.
at this point.
You think it's 64? You think it's N64?
I don't even think they do that in bits at this point. I think the 3DS
just the
is
sound,
digital
yeah,
enough
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's not that anymore. But yeah, I mean, that thing can do a lot of stuff. So it's a big improvement.
Pokemon. It's been around for our entire lives, it feels like.
Well, yeah, it'll always be bits, but like it's not like it's to the point where you can't put that small of a number on it. Is what I'm saying. At least I would hope, right? There you go. I don't even know what that means.
4 byte if you want.
How many bits are in a byte?
I think 1,000. Yeah, you just took...
Every time I bite, it's 1,000 bits in there. It's true.
No, it's 8.
It's 8 bits.
Wait, so 32 is 8...
I don't even know.
Whatever.
8 bits in a byte.
Which makes 32 bits 4 bytes.
4 bytes.
That's
You're
how
a byte.
long it takes to...
You're a null! Sorry.
Stop having fun with our chat.
Yeah, you're a null. Anyway, you know what that means. So, do you have anything? I pretty much said my piece about Pokemon. I think it's a very good game.
I think it's a very good game. I think it has a couple flaws here and there.
What do you think?
I love how this game is really keeping me involved in the game. Like, I'm actually wanting to play it, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I did have trouble finding the second gym, though.
What? Have trouble finding the second?
Yeah, well, you know, you go off the road on your bike, and you're apparently supposed to go onto the dirt path to the right to the gym.
Yeah.
Totally didn't.
Oh, so
and totally went from there up to the Stonehenge place, and then went all the way, I couldn't find it, went all the way back down, like, through the entire game again, trying to figure out where to go.
See, when I go to a town, I try to go into every building. And
See,
so
that's not
I found it
path.
through
I
that.
couldn't find it.
I was like, well, my thought was, like, I talked to the one dude on a bike, and he said something like that. No, there's no difficulty levels.
No.
I don't know about Black and White 2. I didn't play it.
Oh, that's true. Neither did I.
We didn't do that one.
But there is no difficulty level in X and Y.
No. But anyways, I talked to the dude on a bike, and he mentioned something about a bike race. And
Yeah,
so I thought,
yeah.
I wonder what happens when I go around this thing. And when I kind of went down...
He talked about a bike race, so I started to keep going
you
up the
stayed on
hill,
the trail?
and then I went down it. That was it.
I didn't stay on the trail. I actually thought, like, I wonder what's down here, because I thought at first it would just be something random.
No, I don't think this one should have difficulty levels.
No.
I don't think a Pokemon game should ever have difficulty levels, because the game gets harder as you progress.
So naturally, when you beat the game, everything's harder.
Well, guess what? Nada. I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
No handlebars.
No handlebars.
No handlebars.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
I like to ride my bicycle.
I like to ride my bicycle.
Bicycle.
Bicycle races are coming your way. Okay.
Anyway.
So, oh god, Pokemon. What do I even like again?
Yeah.
My entire party, by the way, just recently changed. Like,
yeah, that happens. I've gone through several complete revisions.
yeah. Always keeping your shiny Beedrill.
Yes, always keeping my
Lucky
shiny Beedrill.
bastard.
And my what used to be a Fletchling, because that thing is awesome. My Talonflame. Fire flying. It's like a phoenix.
That is pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I think I'll keep my dick Pokemon though.
Your Combuskin?
Yeah.
It does not look like...
Dude, I completely look
behind.
No, from in front too.
You know what else?
You're up in the belly, it's like you're...
Something I noticed into this game, maybe it's because it's in 3D. Hariyama. You know what Hariyama is?
I do know how Hariyama is.
His legs kind of look like balls.
That's what I was just telling you is my guy as well.
Combustion's like...
Combustion's like...
Okay,
yeah.
Combustion kind of...
And his upper body like goes... Dude,
but
he's
Hariyama's legs look like balls.
He's the dick Pokemon.
He's not the dick Pokemon. When you evolve into a Blaziken, he won't look like a dick anymore. He'll look like a
I might
cat.
just keep him there.
No, don't keep a Combustion. Combustion's lame.
No, but there's a lot of weird and different stuff in the game.
The only second evolution that's awesome is Bayleaf. The only ever. And even Charmeleon doesn't.
No, because Charizard is awesome.
Charizard's way better than Charmeleon.
Charizard and Charmander are.
However, Meganium sucks compared to Bayleaf. Bayleaf is awesome.
I like Meganium.
I love Bayleaf. I think Meganium's flower looks stupid.
I think your flower looks stupid.
I know.
Yeah. Start something.
Speaking of flower, I had a flower on my trainer's hat for a while, but I traded in for a feather. She has a feather in her cap. Which looks kind of weird now with the orange hair.
They had to add clothing options in order for you to... God,
it's so cool.
You know, if you get your socks off or whatever, get your...
My socks?
Yeah. Take them off!
I don't want to.
Okay. Get your rocks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that even...
It's a gross phrase.
Right?
Is that it?
Get your rocks off.
What does it even mean?
You don't want to... so...
Rock Pokemon? Yeah. I can't speak and catch Haunter. I've seen like 5 Haunters, and every time I kill them. I'm like, I just want to catch this Haunter.
I want to get a Ghastly.
I haven't seen any Ghastly. I've just seen Haunters.
You haven't found a haunted tower yet?
What haunted tower? I found the haunted tower.
No, I'm saying every game has had a haunted tower that was filled with Ghastlies.
Well, we were talking about this
earlier. Have you never realized that?
No, yeah, they have, but we talked about this earlier. It seems like this game skips a lot of the stereotypical Pokemon things.
Oh yeah, there's no Pokemon
casino, there's no department store.
Yeah.
And there's no ghost.
Well, I think that there is one third.
Really
there's one 3-layered department store. I guess no.
No?
Yeah, there's 3 floors, I know, to some building.
The hotels have 2.
No, there's one that you actually go into an elevator and choose the floor to go to.
Was that in Lumios? There's a couple of options there, but it was just offices.
At the bottom end.
There was just offices.
Maybe it was just offices.
Yeah, because you see...
yeah, Mike, in most Pokemon games, there's some sort of gambling mechanic or casino that you could build points for, and then you could use those to purchase like flames or
buy Porygon.
That's right. Buy Porygon. To purchase Porygon.
That's how you got. That was the only way to get Porygon in the original games. Somebody, I talked to a random dude who mentioned a Porygon once. He mentioned something about he was working on a space thing, and he was like,
"Mine, Mr. Mime, mine."
Or Eevee. Now you just get straight up given an Eevee in this game. Somebody
you
just
do?
gives you. Oh, sorry, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, I totally caught one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I was dude. I sent a text message to my buddy. I caught a fucking Eevee, and I was so excited. Just because Eevee's
how many people give you Pokemon in this game.
Yeah.
You'll get to the point where somebody just gives you a Lapras.
Yeah, no, I actually heard about that one.
Dude is just like, I don't want this Lapras. Do you want this Lapras?
And apparently you have to have an open Pokemon slot in order to get it.
Sometimes, yeah.
For some reason, some of the times it'll just transfer over. Other times you have to have an open slot, which is really stupid.
Speaking of which, when you get to the part with the Legendary, if you catch the Legendary, it gives you an option right away of replacing something in your party to have it in your party right away, or sending it to the bot.
Yeah.
So I just sent mine to the box.
Which personally, I think that it should have with every Pokemon you catch.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
It makes sense. I don't understand why it's so difficult for them to do something so simplistic.
That's what I said before this game, though, and they ended up changing a lot of those things that I thought they'd never change.
But they didn't change.
Except for that.
All of them.
So maybe next year, or 2 years.
And with the 3D on, there's a bit of a frame rate issue during battles because
3D halves the frame rate, and in some cases, some Pokemon are too
they're active.
elaborate.
They're too active. We'll call it that.
Like, I can't have my Beedrill on screen and have a good battle.
Friday Night Live Person. I believe they are still sort of like that.
But it doesn't really surface it.
Correct. And I don't think it's... I mean, sure, if you're going to get to the point where you want to catch them all, you can do that. But...
I don't think it surfaces the day of the week. It surfaces the time, but it doesn't seem to have affected gameplay so far.
Yeah.
Then again, I didn't purchase the guides. So. In Lumios City, there's actually a cart that sells like some sort of food, and they only sell the food at specific times of day, and apparently it sells out. I haven't done this, but I saw him randomly.
Sells out?
That's what the guy told me.
I see.
He said, you start selling the blah blah blahs at this hour, and then they'll sell out fast.
The Cronuts.
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
Poke-Cronuts.
Poke-Nuts. Cronuts. Sorry.
No. None of that.
Hoarding Pokemon. Talking about hordes, there is a new battle type you'll randomly run into what's called a horde battle in the Pokemon game, where your one Pokemon will have to go up against 5 of the same
Pokemon.
But wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. And it's really interesting because they're always much, much lower level than you are. But you're having 5 guys coming at you every time you get to attack one of them. It's very interesting. I like it. You didn't really like the horde battle.
I think they're annoying because of just how much time it takes for each of them. You have to wait for every one of them to do their attack before you get to attack again. And it kind of drove me nuts. And but the one way it works, though, is if you have a move that attacks everybody at once. Like Surf. If you just lay out a Surf on them, it pretty much... I got 5 Pokemon multi-kill just using Surf. And the game doesn't say multi-kill, but it does say you took out 5 Pokemon at once.
It's like, congrats, fucker.
It's a neat deal. But yeah, it's like even the game wants you to know that it's kind of a cool deal.
So, we didn't really talk about this before, but out of all we've ranted and raved and talked and disliked and liked about this game, do you have a rough scale of where you're thinking it belongs?
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. I don't think it's a perfect game. It is a Pokemon game. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I just know that. Because
we were born in the 90s, we just happened to grow up with it, basically.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like playing this game has reminded me why I used to think that this series was the best thing ever. Because in a lot of ways, for some reason, it taps into something inside of me, and I enjoy how it works. It's a game that I can really get into, and I don't really understand why. And so, it might be partly because it's a generational thing. I don't know. I was the right age, probably, for when that thing came on the scene, and it hit me exactly at the right time. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But it's just, as a game, it's just something really fun. So if I was to give it a scale, it's kind of biased, no matter what.
Well, I tried to put my bias side, on the side. And I feel from my standpoint of the game, it would get a 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
Well, for me, I have to put it in a perspective of, if I was to remove the bias part, even then, I'd just have to look at it.
From a game
I have to compare this game to the other games I've played so far this year. And we've actually played a lot of games this year.
Well, maybe not compare it to the other games you played this year, but...
For my enjoyment. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Not directly. Obviously,
The Last of Us or Pokemon
those 2 games, exactly. I was going to use Last of Us as an example. Because that's probably one of the better games I've played this year. And but if you compare just to how much I enjoyed playing this game compared to other games this year, I think it has to be in my top 10 this year. I've had that much fun with it.
So far, okay.
I don't see that much coming out.
We'll find out.
I'm going to like that much.
We'll find out. That's okay. Hey, we'll leave it. You never... Because this wasn't even on your radar until recently. So don't say there's nothing else coming up, because there could be.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying it, and I've been playing it so much, I feel like I can't get it lower than 5. So if we were to average this out, I guess it gets a 4 or 5.
It gets a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's almost a perfect game. It has its flaws.
It's the best Pokemon game in a long time.
I think it's the best Pokemon game yet. It's you know what?
Gold and Silver does a lot of unique things.
Gold and Silver was really good, but stuff like catching Pokemon and adding EXP is
Yeah, I think it streamlines a lot of stuff that was annoying about the series. I will give you that. And probably a lot of the Gold and Silver stuff is probably nostalgia.
The stupid Pokemon pageants aren't there in this game.
Yeah, they've trimmed all of that. They've trimmed so much fat. It's just amazing. It's like it just... In fact, if this game does anything, it makes you look at some previous Pokemon games, namely Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond and Pearl. Shows you how much those games sucked in comparison.
Yeah,
it's like
I never played Ruby or Sapphire.
That didn't hit, whereas everything in this game seems to hit.
But ribbons. He's talking about the beauty contest. The
contests suck.
Yeah. That was the whole ribbon concept was so stupid.
That said, though, I still have a lot more to play in this game. I'm not even close. I haven't played anything online. I haven't played a lot of the minigame stuff that you have. I haven't beaten the game to find out what all the post-game content is. So, I still have
There is more to come.
And I want to be a flying trainer, man. Those flying trainers that you fight are awesome.
Dude, I wasn't able to fight the first one because I don't have fly. No, the ability fly. Like, I tried to battle him with a Pidgey, and he was like, come back to me when you have a flying Pokemon or something. Yeah, okay, the very first one, you ride the Rhydon, or Rhyhorn, which one is it?
Yeah.
Rhyhorn.
Rhyhorn. Because Rhyhorn's the one without the horn. Weirdly enough.
Anyways, when you ride him and you go, and you're going to go into the cave to search for it. Well, instead of going into the cave, you go to the right, and there's that guy. Yeah. I tried to talk to him and fight him. I had a Pidgey in my opening spot.
He let me fight him with the thing that's in between Fletchling and Talonflame.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Because that's the only flying
I had
I've
that
ever
in
had.
I thought, okay, maybe it's just in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Threw him in the first place. Come back to me when you have a flying Pokemon.
You can battle him now, though. You have the Howlucha.
Yeah, but that makes me wonder, are there other glitches in the game, such as the save glitch that you found out?
Oh yeah, don't save your game in Lumiose north or south.
It will glitch your save file. You have to turn it off, pop out your SD card, pop back in, do a bunch of crap like that.
Yes, Charizard has known fly since Yellow. Mike, that's been a thing.
Yeah, but anyways, another glitch like that is Pidgey not being treated as a flying Pokemon during those flying battles.
That's so weird.
I don't know why I couldn't do it. It really ticked me off.
I really don't think Pidgey is a straight up normal.
It's normal flying.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's normal flying.
That's dumb.
Because, it's a freaking pigeon.
It's a pigeon. It has to fly.
Well, I don't know. The ones at Disneyland are a bit fat. They sort of waddle and, maybe float for a minute. And then eat more.
Can eat more,
yeah.
Well, I think we talked Pokemon to death.
We're going to have to revive it and get back to our normal life.
Max Revive.
Yes.
I found out with my Poké Miles that I get from Street Passing, I can just straight up buy all the Max Revives I want. It's going to be awesome.
That being said, we're going to end this podcast tonight, so go ahead and link us in.
So I can play more Pokemon.
Yes. And so I can play Diablo, I guess.
Diablo.
Go ahead and link us in.
Alrighty. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/FourCredits
Podcast. Did you forget what it was called?
No, I blanked.
Alcohol elixir.
We're on Twitter at FourCredits. Keep getting followers. I don't know where they're coming from.
I don't care.
But we keep getting spam too, so.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube. Just search FourCredits.
Hopefully be posting new videos.
And we're on FourCredits.com.
And obviously the Twitch feed.
And we're on Twitch, which you're on it right now. Alrighty. So that does it for this week. Next week we'll probably talk a little more Pokemon and what else we're playing, so stay tuned.
You guys have a good evening. Let's go ahead and drop out of this.
Peace!
And now that we're at the audio feed, we'll say bye to all our people here. Our lovely people.